Secure your place to join Coach Bruce Pearl and the Tigers in Auburn Arena by making a season ticket deposit today for just $50. Call 855-AUB-2010 or log on to aubtix.com for more information. War Eagle.
I'm back. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I want to say, because it felt so good, I want to say it again. War Eagle!
Hello again, everybody, in War Eagle. I'm Rod Brown with Coach Bruce Pearl. Welcome into another edition of This is Auburn Basketball. And we're going to talk a little bit about your non-conference schedule, Coach. You just announced it. You've given us some hints over the course of the last few months. And kind of want to break things down here. Let's start with that exhibition game, November 7th against West Alabama. I know it's it doesn't count towards the record, but it's important to you.
Rod, it is important. And there are a lot of things that we've got to change, and particularly the culture of Auburn basketball in this sense. There aren't going to be any teams in the country that sell out an exhibition game. It just doesn't happen. But it is going to be the first time our fans are going to get a chance to see me going crazy on the sidelines and watch our basketball team. It's on a Friday night before the Texas A&M football game. It's an 8:30 tip because the volleyball team's playing earlier. Really appreciate those guys moving their match up. And I really think right off the bat, I want to see if we can make a statement and tell the world of college basketball, you know what? We're in. We're all in. For better or worse, we're all in.
All right, a week later, you open up the season, the one that counts, the first one that counts, Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Well, that'll be a special game for you, not just because, hey, I'm back in this thing coaching.
Right.
But, I mean, that's your old school.
It's a school I coached at for 4 years, and Rob Jeter's the coach there now. He took over after I left, and they were in the NCAA tournament a year ago. The Panthers done a great job. I'm sure there'll be some friends that'll come down from Milwaukee. But, you know, Horizon League, they'll be a tough team. Not as good as they were last year, but still a team that knows how to get to the NCAA tournament. And then after that one, we shuffle off to Colorado.
Well, in Boulder against a very good Colorado team that they're going to be really good again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. You know, typically what I like to do is if you're going to play the Pac-12, play UCLA or Arizona, a team that everybody knows. But I think people are also starting to know about Colorado and Oregon also as other teams out there in the Pac-12. The altitude is going to be a real factor. I played out at Air Force, about passed out coaching one time, but because it's a factor. But you know what? Here's the deal. It's early, but if we could get that one, I mean, we're going to be a 2-touchdown underdog. Really, that's probably what it's going to be. But if we could ever, get hot, make some shots, you win a game like that. Now that's a game that carries you. You have to have a game like that or two on your schedule.
That's midnight Tuesday, November 18th. After that, the Tigers come back home Friday to take on Louisiana Lafayette. Then you're off to Vegas for a big 2-game tournament starting with Tulsa.
Well, Louisiana Lafayette and then Tulsa NCAA tournament teams from a year ago. The Vegas thing is good. We didn't have a tournament. Obviously we didn't have but one game on the schedule when we first got here. So to get into Vegas against Oklahoma State, Tulsa, and Oregon State, really, really good. And it's an interesting time of the year because it's the Monday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's before the Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl is going to be at Alabama, obviously. So if it was here at Auburn, it might be difficult for our staff. But you know what? We'll go out there before Thanksgiving and get those teams on neutral sites. Road games and neutral site games count extra towards your RPI. And so that's why I like to play on the road and I like to play in those neutral site games. And boy, I tell you what, after the first 5 games, we'll have a pretty good idea of who we are and what we need to work on.
Well, after Vegas, you stay on the road, part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge. You go take on Tubby Smith's Texas Tech team in Lubbock on the 3rd of December.
Yeah, that's, Tubby's one of the great coaches in our game, and I look forward to doing that. The SEC has not fared well in that challenge. I think we have an opportunity this year to I think it's going to be a good year for the league, Rod. I really do. And got to make a statement against the Big 12, and we'll see what we can do on the road. And then, of course, we get Cliff Ellis and Coastal Carolina come to town.
You're going to do something special. I mean, you want to do some special things that night. First, you want to win a basketball game, but you do want to honor Cliff and that ball club of his.
We do, and I believe it's like the 15-year reunion from one of Cliff's great teams. So we'll bring Cliff back. We'll bring his team back. It's a dangerous game. Again, a tournament team from a year ago. And again, I know our fans like, well, it's Coastal Carolina, it's Cliff Ellis, we're supposed to win. Trust me when I tell you, when they line up against us, it'll be a challenging opponent. But listen, great that he's coming back. Great that we can honor him, celebrate Auburn basketball, past and present.
All right, after final exams, you go to Clemson on the 14th, and then 5 straight games at home, Coach, to get you ready for conference play. Xavier in that 5-game stretch.
Well, Xavier is a team that has been in the NCAA tournament 8 out of the last 12 years. Extremely well coached, tough, physical basketball team in the Big East Conference, and very unusual that we were able to get a team like that to come to Auburn. And students aren't going to be here on the 20th of December, and I know the Auburn and the Opelika and the Columbus, the Montgomery areas, we really need them during the week. We really need them during the break to be able to carry the ball. And then we get to conference play in January. By then the students will be back, and let's see what kind of a season we can start off with.
All right, we're going to talk about your conference schedule next time. But looking at the non-conference schedule that you put together, what do you want to get out of this beyond winning some basketball games, Coach?
I guess, first of all, look, the kids aren't dumb, okay? They know when you schedule soft, you are scheduling soft because you're concerned they can't handle it. I'm not concerned. We're going to handle whatever happens, we're going to handle it. But we're going to be challenged, and we're obviously going to prepare. And you have to play a schedule that's strong enough that if you can win some of these games, okay, good enough to get you in a dance and get you in a tournament. Because we're going to, if we're even a consideration for tournament play, it's a bubble issue at best, right? So let's make sure we have that schedule. And I think the last thing I like the way we started off to, this is Auburn basketball. It's about changing the culture. It's this is where we want to be. This non-conference schedule will be one of the top 4 or 5 toughest schedules that any SEC team plays. That's where I want this program to be.
And get your tickets, right? Get the tickets.
Hey, listen, there's a rumor going on out there that all the seats are sold. That is not accurate. There are still scholarship seats available. There's not a bad seat in this house. I'm just saying it's going to be a good investment now, okay? Because in about a year or 2, these tickets won't be available. So jump on board. We need your support.
All right, next time we'll take a look at the Tigers conference slate. That's coming up next on This is Auburn Basketball. Secure your place to join Coach Bruce Pearl and the Tigers in Auburn Arena by making a season ticket deposit today for just $50. Call 855-AUB-2010 or log on to aubtix.com for more information. War Eagle.